Well, digital banking is currently changing. There is a big disruption with three models that we see to compete the traditional banking through fintechs. Is one in China with peer-to-peer lending, which is with more than 5,500 players in this industry that have emerged in the past 3 years. Number two, you have the Asian region, where you see more technology companies and the payments processing companies supporting the banking, and comparators that are a key driver to support the banking traditional business. And number three, you have Japan. What is quite interesting in Japan, you have the traditional banking supported by the technology companies that emerged in the 90s. So there are more or less three different models that you see in the region. The most exciting trend I see is the regionalization of the players. So we see Japanese players investing in Southeast Asia. We see Indian players coming to Southeast Asia. I'm thinking, for example, a company that its name is Bank Bazaar, and they just started last year business in Singapore. And you see all the regional players trying to move to the other country of the ASEAN. The Chinese are not apart, because what we see with the Chinese, that now there is a high competition in China. We see the Chinese moving to other Asian market. Of course, they focus on the large market, as they have the scalability in China, India, and Indonesia, but they also want to go to the big Asian other markets. What the retail banking face today is the role of the disruption of the new fintech that are popping up in the region, and the way they manage to control their competition. If we see the case of China, the banks have not been able to handle this new competition. And one of the key points is you have seen a bunch of multi-billion valuated companies appearing in the past 3 years in China, and companies such as Alibaba or Tencent filling the blank. Now, what we see in India and in the Asian region, as in Japan, the bank understood that they have to be part of this game. So we see mostly a trend where the new fintech are supporting the banks, and the banks understand that they have to use the fintechs as a tool to reduce their cost and to be more competitive, and to address a pool of customers they are not able to address with their current cost structure.